I've been on the hunt for a fighting game controller with adjustable actuation ever since I discovered how valuable fast actuation is in FPS. It seems very clear that with clean inputs, adjustable actuation should enable a competitive advantage. So that left me wondering, why are there no fighting game controllers with this technology yet? That's when I came across the FK2 from Varmilo. The FK2 has adjustable actuation, a plastic case construction, and extra buttons for my dash and parry binds. It seemed like it was checking every box for me, so I drew up my plans to purchase one. That's when I came across the HA10 or HA10, which seemed like a more premium version of the FK2, and with a more desirable button layout. The only problem was the price. It's over double the FK2. That means I had to make a choice. I was originally going to get the cheaper FK2, but the HA10 just seemed like such a beautiful film subject. I decided to go all out and get the HA10 Gold Limited Pro version. The Pro version has cross-console compatibility right out of the box, and even including newer consoles such as Switch 2 and PS5. The HA10 comes in a few different variations, from the Gold Limited, which I bought, to Obsidian Black. And they now even have some left-handed versions which come in either Lunar Silver or Sea Melody at the time of this video. In the box, you'll get the controller, a strap, wrist guards, a screw-lock USB-C cable which firmly screws into the chassis, 2 button replacement tools, a few replacement buttons, and some blank buttons in the event you want to remove buttons on the controller and replace them with a dummy button to prevent accidental actuation. This preserves the sleek look of the controller while allowing you to delete buttons. The Gold Limited version will have these Astral Gold Flex Stardust caps stock, and a full set of extra planet buttons are included at the time of this video, which is a really nice additional touch. I went ahead and mixed these button sets to create a sort of solar system, which Varmilo said they loved. I did pay fully out of pocket for this controller, as I really wanted to make a video on it. If you like the whole idea of the HA10 but you prefer a stick, then the KASSAI is here for you. It's the stick counterpart to the HA10. I don't have one to review, but from the reviews I've checked out from VidVader and the Hongo Gamer, it seems like Varmilo is not compromising in any way on these fighting game controllers. The experience you get on the KASSAI seems almost identical to what you would get with the HA10, just with a stick. And I believe the buttons have 2mm travel rather than 1.5mm. You'll get a CNC machined aluminum case that feels extremely premium. This thing is beautiful. It's a very beautifully crafted controller, which is what initially made it stand out so much to me. The standard version is only compatible with a Windows PC, while the Pro version is compatible with PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch 1, 2, and Windows PCs. If you do get the standard version, you can purchase an inline Brook adapter to give the controller compatibility with the console of your choice. The HA10 is utilizing this screw-secure USB-C interface that feels really rugged. It does kind of protrude out a bit, and I think I may have preferred something a little more flush with the case, but it's nice to know that they built it to be durable. There's a second USB-C port on the rear that Varmilo says is reserved for subsequent products, and please stay tuned. I don't know what this could be used for, but it's kind of a cool mystery. I assume that this will be used for discrete controller authentication devices to plug in and ensure compatibility with future consoles, as well as the ability to daisy chain controllers. If Varmilo is cooking something else, I have no idea what it could be. You can access the WebDriver for the HA10, the KASSAI, and the FK2 at fk2.varmilo.com. This will let you configure controller settings. The first thing I would do when getting the controller is come in here and set the actuation on all keys to 0.1mm. If you are accidentally actuating any buttons, you can set the actuation a little deeper on whatever buttons you need to prevent accidental key presses. It's quite a heavy controller compared to my plastic Hot 42 and 3D printed hitbox, advertised as coming in at 2 kilograms or 4.4 pounds. I'm mostly a lap player, and having little weight feels nice to me. If you want something lighter though, I'd advise to stay away from controllers with a metal chassis. The FK2 is Varmilo's plastic chassis adjustable actuation alternative to the HA10. Not only do you get adjustable actuation, but you also get a lot longer lifespan compared to a standard mechanical switch. Regular mechanical switches generally have an estimated lifespan of about 100 million actuations. The Cherry MX Inductive Silver is rated to last 200 million presses. That's double. While the Switch itself has a 4mm travel distance, Varmilo has designed the buttons in a way to restrict travel to just 1.5mm. This feels nice and snappy, and with the adjustable actuation, you can set your trigger point to anywhere within this 1.5mm travel in 0.1mm increments. I must admit, it took some adjusting coming from my Hot 42 C16 to get used to the faster bottom out, but I've pretty quickly gotten used to this. I would describe pressing them as feeling sort of soft, especially when compared to something like a more traditional Sanwa switch. Let's talk about adjustable actuation. In my opinion, this is the main advantage of the HA10 and FK2. FPS players have been using rapid trigger adjustable actuation switches for quite a few years now. And if you ask most high-ranked players, you'll find that most of them are now utilizing this. Let me demonstrate. I'm going to demonstrate this in Overwatch, since Overwatch is a unique FPS in that there is no movement acceleration in this game. That means that your movements are instantaneous and at their full movement speed, much akin to a fighting game. And it makes it very easy to demonstrate. With a traditional actuation, you end up having a delay, which is equal to the time it takes for you to actuate the switch. This ends up looking like this. But with adjustable actuation switches set to 0.1mm, movement looks like this. It is so much snappier feeling, and I would say that movement is the area where you yield the most benefit from these types of switches in an FPS setting. After playing fighting games with them for a bit, I believe adjustable actuation offers the same benefit in fighting games as well. Movement. My movement just feels so much snappier. Like the controller is more one with my brain. But it's not just that. I'm starting to think that the advantages may offer even more benefit in fighting games than they do in FPS. Let me tell you why I think fast actuation is better and give you some nerd stuff with it. Fighting games often come down to frame data. This move comes out in 6 frames, that move comes out in 8, etc. When a fighting game runs at 60 FPS, which most do, each frame equals about 16 ms. The faster moves, let's say at 6 frames, come out in about 96 ms. Humans have wildly varying reaction times from 100 to 400 ms and even beyond, but it doesn't matter who you are. Even the worst, slowest player will be shaving at least 2 milliseconds from every single button press. A lot of the time, this won't make a difference, but sometimes it will. And that's enough for me to consider it a competitive advantage. Now you might be asking yourself, what is rapid trigger? Rapid trigger is a feature where your key press will reset as soon as the keyboard detects you depressing a key. It's a great feature, especially for keyboards or controllers with a longer key press. However, on the HA10, the button travel is already 1.5mm. The advantages are likely very minute with such a minimal button travel distance, but try it out and see if you prefer the way it feels, or if you can even tell the difference. The Gold Limited Edition will set you back $249 for PC only and $329 for the cross-compatible Pro version. And for non-limited versions, $189 for standard and $249 for the Pro. Varmilo shipping gives you quite a few options if you're in the US. You can order DHL, which will allow it to arrive in a few days, but you're looking at around 50% tariffs. That's a no-go for me. Varmilo also has a US-based warehouse. If you're lucky enough, your product will be in stock at the US warehouse. If that's the case, you can likely get free shipping and have it to your door in under a week. If it's not in stock, like my case with the Varmilo HA10, and you don't want to pay tariffs, you'll have to shell out an extra $40 for shipping. And you'll have to wait 3 or 4 weeks for it to ship from China. Once it arrives in the US warehouse, it will be shipped to your door. If you have the patience of a stone like me, no problem. The extra $40 is unfortunate, but it's better than paying 50% tariffs on a device that costs over $200. No thanks. If you don't want to wait and you want adjustable actuation as bad as I did, take a look at Corsair's new Nova Blade Pro. Now, who should buy this controller? Anyone who cares about performance and wants to shave at least 2 milliseconds off their button presses will likely be very happy with this controller. Build-wise, it's extremely premium. The Pro version is compatible with all modern consoles, and adjustable actuation really just gives you the extra edge. It just feels much better when my controller is more reactive. If you want to try adjustable actuation but the HA10 is too expensive, check out the Varmilo FK2 or Corsair's new Nova Blade Pro. Both of these controllers offer adjustable actuation at a cheaper price than the HA10. You won't get that premium CNC aluminum case, but plastic cases in general sound more thocky and they're lighter weight, so some people prefer this. Either way, after using the HA10, I feel like my assumptions were correct. Adjustable actuation is the future of fighting game controllers. That's all for this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. Let's get as close to 500 subs as we can by the end of the year. I'll leave you with a sound test.